this, although I don't see there being too many snafus in the process. But I decided it was time I like maybe did showed some like eBay type tips if you're gonna buy and resell. Um, and before you get involved in something like that, you have to take a lot into consideration. You have to take into consideration your expense in buying said merchandise, eBay fees, a lot of other variants. But I'm not going to get into all that today. What I am going to do is, because I have to pack up an order that's going out today, I decided I would do something along the lines of packing. Now, once you start getting involved with this, you'll know after an item is sold, you have to ship it out to your customer. I think that should go without saying. What some people make the mistake in, though, is when they do this, is they think they have to buy boxes and bubble wrap and all this other stuff for packing their product. When in reality, you could, if you wanted to, do this stuff virtually not spending a dime. So when you go to the post office, one of the things you're going to notice is that their boxes are really expensive. So when you go to get boxes and you go to the post office, you're going to see that they are quite pricey. Now you could save a little bit of money going to Walmart if you wanted to. You could go to Walmart and you could certainly get boxes there, but even then you're spending 50 cents to $1 depending on the size, maybe a little more if you get like really big boxes. Either way, you can get boxes free, no problems whatsoever, just by visiting your local Dollar Tree, Family Dollar, maybe even your Walmart if you catch them before they bring them back to get crushed, and they'll just give them to you. And you can find a nice array of shapes and sizes, and you just kind of pick and choose which ones you're going to need to ship. So, for example, I got this guy right here. Let me back it up a little so you can see. This is a Sour Patch box. And it's packed and ready to go. I mean, this thing's ready for me to send something out to ship it. So we'll start with this guy right here. This is a Hart family grandpa doll. It's in the Barbie family, and paid $250 for this. And I wound up selling them for $41. So, nice little snag on this. Again, getting into the pricings of what you spend, so on and so forth. If I do another kind of helpful tip type video, I'll go more into that. And I think one of the things I'm going to be investing in very soon is a new tripod. This thing has seen better days. I just haven't gotten around to getting it. Anyways, so what I'm going to do is, I think I get this down there so you can get a better look. Almost like a coffin. Here lies Grandpa. He had a good life. Anyway, so I'm going to grab some bubble wrap. Bubble wrap you may have to buy, but a lot of times you can get it just by saving the bubble wrap you get from various items you may order. Let me see if I can get a bigger piece. Like this piece, for example. This was sent to me, an item I ordered, and now I'm gonna reuse it. And why not? So, when you're shipping, people like to see you put a little TLC into their order, and that you cared enough to do something like put it in bubble wrap. People don't like getting their objects just thrown in a box. Here you go. Now, what I'm trying to do is I'm trying not to over encumber the box too much. That, see right there, that's Stop and Shop paper, supermarket wrapping paper. Easy enough. And although I could ship it with bubble wrap like that without the paper, it adds a nice touch, and it makes the person feel like you're putting more effort into their purchase. And that's always a nice thing to do. You want your customers, there's no better than a customer than a repeat customer, and that's how you get repeat customers. So next thing you're going to do is you're going to get your packing tape right here. Packing tape, if you buy it at the post office, is about $3, which is ridiculous. Buy your packing tape at the Dollar Tree, and save yourself a lot of money. It works just as good, and you save a few bucks. And when you're doing this sort of thing, the bottom line really is what you spend doing so. If you want to be safe, that was a second piece on there. It's not going to hurt it. Like that. And I like to keep a piece of tape, you know, on the ready. Packing tape will easily close up. I don't know if I'm going to get this first class. I'm going to try to. But, you know, if it has to go out priority, it has to go out priority. What you want to do, though, is you're going to want to, just to help people at the post office, scratch out any barcode stuff like this, just to help them out. Exit out, so on and so forth. Trust me, they'll appreciate it. And if you flip the box over, I have a perfect spot for my from and my to address. Now, at the moment, I'm not going to write their addresses on where these are going, you know, just for the sake of, you know, people not knowing their addresses. So I'm going to mark on here, Hart Family Grandpa, HFG. That way I'll know when it comes time to shipping who to mail that out to. So let's see, what are we gonna do next here? So we'll see. The key to this is finding the right size box for whatever it is you're trying to ship. So for example, I want to do this. I showed in my review. I sold this guy right here. Now I paid $10 for him. Make sure you do a better view. It's a locomotive, model locomotive. It's a dummy locomotive. But I paid $10 for him, and I sold him for a nice $38. $28 profit on a $10 item I'm not going to complain about. Oh well, fiddlesticks. And just like I had hoped didn't happen, it did. The tape kind of sealed up again, so I have to... So, it's just as simple as sealing. If you have a box that's needs to be sealed on both sides, best off starting off just one piece of tape at the bottom just in case. I'm going to take this right here like this, and let's see, can I fit that in there? No, I don't think I'm going to fit that in there. I thought I might be able to, but I guess not. However, let's see if I could get one of these Barbie dolls in here, because I have a couple more that have to go out. I may not use that one. this yet, at least. I have this, let's see if I can get this one in here. Okay, so you can see I was able to get the model in this one. This is a nice clean white box. It's already sealed at this end, but I believe with glue, not with tape. So it works out well. So I'm going to, of course, give it a quick sometimes this stuff sticks together. A quick wrap around with some bubble wrap like this. And sometimes when you're working with boxes, you have to angle them differently sometimes just to make them fit in. Now that's going to fit fine. And this is going to go out priority regardless. So it doesn't matter if it's at that angle or the weight is going to come out priority. And then you're going to just stuff it up with paper. This stuff in strict packing. It's free. You can't beat that price. And you will save yourself a ton of money on supplies. And a little more at the top for good measure. And your customers will know you care. And that's the most important thing when you're doing this, is showing the customers that you give a rat's patootie about their order, and then, you know, there's some TLC involved. So now I'm going to take this tape here, and what I'm going to do is save some time and effort. Instead of cutting, I'm going to do a quick wrap around on the opening areas, just so it's thoroughly covered. You can, if you want to, cover these up. If you want to. I found it's really not necessary. Unless the post office is leaving these packages in a monsoon. I just got black marker on my white sheet. That's wonderful. We'll be fine. So, again, I'm going to cross out any barcodes. This, you know, just like that. And I have a nice clean surface over here where I can do my to and from. Just like that. And just so I know what it is. Model locomotive. So I know exactly what is going to be shipped into whom. Now, I picked up a couple nice little model trains for, I'm not sure if these are going to fit. I hope they do. Oh, and they do perfectly. Okay. So these are the Rail Kings I picked up, which I showed before. These are 027 freight cars. I didn't make too much off them. I'll be honest with you. Did not make too much off them. I think I made a few bucks a piece off of each. When you go to buy, sometimes you can go with safe bets and your risky bets. Your safe bets, they're safe for a reason. Sometimes you'll see a decent profit off them, but in general, a lot of times you're gonna see a lot of small profits, and unfortunately, sometimes you may even just break even. And after fees and stuff, I probably only broke even. Regardless, I have no regrets on picking it up and doing it. You live and learn. And I know I probably won't be messing with these again. But with that said, order does need to go out. So take some wrapping paper like this. Bubble wrap like this. And I gotta make sure I do this one right. This is the 3-dome tank car. And I gotta write that on the side. Let me do that now. While I still remember. You're gonna write there. Three-dome car. And I gotta get some more paper. Running water, actually. So I have some bubble wrap over here, and I'm just gonna kind of, with this guy, I'm probably just gonna shove it in on the side and try to keep it from really moving anywhere. And that ought to do that. I'm going to slap some new tape over this. Another layer for good measure. And as you see at the bottom, you have a perfectly good writable from 2. And again, I marked it 3-dome car. So that way I know. Ooh, I didn't notice that before. Fix something real quick. I have to throw another layer of tape on Grandpa at the bottom side. And I noticed that the tape was starting to loosen up a little bit. So that's one of the tank cars out of the way. And let's see what we got here. Oh, this might fit. This is a different box. These are actually not bad boxes to get because they're very lightweight. And they'll do the trick. Let's see. Nope, that won't work. That should work for a Barbie though. This does the trick. Don't think this will. Wow. I may have to make a trip to the Dollar Tree again and grab another box. I'm thinking the boxes I have won't fit that. Let me just check this one last one here. Yeah, that's not very promising. I thought for sure I had it. I guess not. Alright, so since we can't get that going, just have to proceed on. I'll have to worry about that trouble later when I go out. I was kind of hoping to avoid a trip. Now this is going to be interesting because I wanted to take this long box and make it into 2. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to cut this in half. Make sure it fits. And then I'm going to take this and kind of if I could do this, I might not be able to pull this off, but I think I can. Do kind of like one of these kind of deals. So let's see if I can do this, and I'll show you if it works. Sometimes when you're shipping stuff, you're forced to make a makeshift box to ship. Now, it's not preferred. It's obviously not the best method, but it can be helpful, especially when you're in a desperate situation where you need to get something out and you don't have an appropriate size box, but you have a box that's too big for anything else. So sometimes you gotta rig the box up, if you will. Okay. All right, you son of a biscuit. The tape does not want to voluntarily work with me at the moment, which is unfortunate. Sometimes when you're dealing with this stuff, the tape can get lost and it can be difficult to find, so you gotta kind of find the ridge or make your own ridge too. Sometimes you gotta make your own ridge. I usually just, what I like to do is, like I said, I like to do that. Let's see if this will work. This makeshift box. See, what you're going to do is you're going to find a folding area to fold in. So let's see what I can see right there. See how I made that slash right there? So I'm going to slash on the other side. And there we go. I have a folding area that I can use. See how the box is kind of coming along a little bit there? So now we can do that. And this, and look at that. Makeshift box right there, and it will work just as good. The only thing is you're going to want to secure it a little bit more with some extra tape, but for now I'm just going to this will let you down just so we can get this packed and ready to go. And I'll reassure it up after I'm done. So we're going to we'll go with, this is a Generations Barbie, something like that. Again, paid $250 for this. Sold it for $12.50, which is not bad at all. I'm gonna wrap her nice and good. Yeah, maybe have her hair down there so it's not all sticking out. Wrap her nice and good. We're going to put her in her box / coffin, and we're going to make her ready to go. Let's see. Yeah, I don't have much paper left, so it's a good thing we have to come to an end here. You could use pretty much anything you want as a filler, just to give it a little more extra space. So I'm going to throw in a little extra bubble wrap there because I'm out of a newspaper, unfortunately. So now you can see we did the one side. Now we're going to have to do the other side. So it folds down, and you could kind of use, see how it has the natural border there? You can kind of use that as your barometer. So I like to use my X-Acto knife for these situations. They come in handy. I'm sorry, not exactly, not a box cutter. What am I thinking? Sorry. And now we have a natural fold created there. So we can just do this. Just like that. And now we have a box that's ready to go. We're going to take this up. As I said, because this is a makeshift box, I'm going to add extra tape to it just to give that extra little sense of protection. So I'm going to double back on here. Like this. Go around again. Like this. And that should do it. That should do the trick. Okay. Don't want to add any on the sides. Just in case. Yeah, why not? Sometimes you want to be a little extra careful when it comes to making your makeshift boxes, and you want to give that extra TLC just for the sake of your customer. Chances are this thing is going to get tossed as soon as they get it, so I highly doubt they're going to keep this box as a memento. All they care about is what's on the inside. So here, and that's it. All right, so this box is ready to go. Nice makeshift box, came in very handy. And where's my marker? So I'm going to write on here Jen Barbie. And when we know what's what and who's who. I had planned on doing all 6 of my packages, but I will not have. Well, yeah, I won't have another box that's big enough for the Rail King box car. So I will have to make the hunt for one more box, unfortunately. However, while I'm here, I can get the last Barbie done. Now I could use this last box. This is the one I showed you before. For the generation one, but I just wanted to show you a makeshift box real quick. And trust me, this will help you save a lot of money. It might be a little extra time. So you'll have to go to, like, say, the Dollar Tree. You will have to go to the Dollar Tree and find the boxes, and they won't care. You know, you don't even have to ask them. You see, taking boxes, that's just less work for them. But, you know, you will have to find the right sizes. And, you know, I mean, as long as you can deal with the embarrassment of being seen taking boxes out of the Dollar Tree, you'll be fine. So we're going to take this last one here. This was, we sold this guy for $10, $10.50. Again, paid $2.50. Not going to complain. That is a nice little profit margin off a $2.50 Barbie. And I think, there we go. Oh, I found a little more paper. A little more. So I'm going to take my paper, standard newspaper stuff, and you're just going to shove it in there for packing. And maybe a little more bubble wrap, I guess, than I wanted to on this, but whatever. It is what it is. It had to be done. And we're going to... Now this, you're going to want to throw a little extra tape on there for that reason. As you see, the top of that flap is damaged. Doesn't mean you can't use it. Just means you got to shore it up a little bit. See? So I'm probably gonna throw on like 3-4 layers of tape on it, just because. Alright, so you see, I have a nice surface where I can write a to and from address. And again, cross out any barcode stuff. Yes, I use purple at the time. And this, I believe, was a Fashion Fever Barbie, so I'm going to put fashion right there. Normally I just write their addresses out, but again, for the sake of anyone who may watch this, I can't, put my customers' addresses out there. Okay. And that's it. That's it. I got 5 done, 1 left to do. And then what I'll do is I'll prepare myself. Well, I don't have one handy at the moment, so that'll have to wait. There's one in my kitchen. I'll grab like one of my reusable bags that I go shopping with. Slide them all in the bag. And we're ready to go. I'm ready to hit that post office. And you're going to save yourself a lot of time and effort by doing this at home as compared to like doing it in a rush at the post office. You want to have your stuff ready to go, boom. Especially like if you're delivering like a lot of packages. Like this order, I'm delivering out 6 things. You save yourself and the people you're going to torture a lot of trouble by having it packed and ready to go, and you try to get out there, in and out as soon as possible. Anyways, I hope this has been helpful. I will be working on getting a new tripod. That is high on the to-do list. I can just be forgetful sometimes. And I will probably be doing I picked up another reflector, G1 reflector. And I'm going to show that off. And that'll be coming up fairly soon. And I may do some swapping of figures out. We'll see how that goes. With my old reflector that I have, one I got before, which by the way is in very nice shape, so it'll be tough to top it. But we'll see. Otherwise, that will be up for resale. But I will do a quick little video on that first. I hope you all have a great day, and enjoy the rest of your weekend. Take care. Have a good 4th of July.